Hi, my name is Adrienne Mathews, and I am the fifth grade school counselor at Raymond Park. I'm so happy to be here and talk to you guys about Raymond Park, show you some pictures, and share information. The intention behind doing this is really to help families talk to their students about the transition that is coming up for them. Students may be saying, hey, I've already seen this before, and that's because we showed some of these slides in the presentations we did in fourth grade classrooms. We visited all 12 fourth grade classrooms via Zoom in the month of May. And it was really great getting to hear from students and answer questions. As questions are shared, I continue to update this, so hopefully I'm able to touch on some important things and put some minds at ease. So my name is Mrs. Mathews. I am their fifth grade school counselor. Dr. Radford is our fifth grade dean. Dr. Radford and myself will move with the students all 4 years at Raymond Park. So we actually move our office so that when kiddos are in that fifth grade pod together and they move to sixth grade, well, we're moving right along with them. We do that so that we can have consistency and build relationships with students and families. This picture here is important because if you can imagine the bus pulling in and pulling right up and parking on right where those cars are parked, that's where the students will exit the bus every morning. So this is a very familiar view for them as they come to and exit school. Fifth graders are the first students off the bus, so they're the first students in the building. When they enter the building, they enter in that big brick entryway and they go right upstairs. So here are those stairs that I'm talking about. So when they go in that big brick entryway, they walk up the stairs and they go to the left-hand side. Fifth grade classrooms are all on the left-hand side upstairs. Sixth grade classrooms are on the right-hand side upstairs. Seventh and eighth grade, that middle school model where they're changing class, that's all happening downstairs, but upstairs it's run very similar to an elementary model. They will have two teachers, one for language arts and social studies, one for math and science, and they will just trade between those two teachers. I should also mention the people that are sitting on these stairs. So right here, number 76, Dr. Radford is our fifth grade dean. Next to her, we have Mrs. Simmons. She is our sixth grade administrator and school assistant principal. Next to her, we have Mrs. Price. She is our seventh grade dean, and Mr. Halpin is our eighth grade dean. All right, super important question for kids. What will we feed you? Um, there is always a nacho line where the students can tell the cafeteria workers if they would like queso or guacamole. They can kind of build their own nachos. There's always a pizza line. They do rotate out what kind of pizza is there. So maybe meat lovers or barbecue pizza, Hawaiian pizza. They do change out what kind of pizza that is. There's always a cold salad and cold sub line. And then there's always a hot lunch rotation. With the hot lunch rotation, it might be spaghetti and meatballs one day and a spicy chicken sandwich the next day. That changes each day. I cannot talk about the cafeteria without also mentioning our PTA. The PTA at Raymond Park is amazing. Parents, I really encourage you to join our PTA. They do slushies in the cafeteria once a week. Slushies are $1. And then once a month, they do frozen yogurt in the cafeteria, and that is $4. Those are both PTA fundraisers. The next slide we have here is just to tell you a little bit about our administration and your counselor. So first we have Dr. Radford, and you're looking at a picture right here of her in Egypt. Dr. Radford loves to travel both small trips like here around in Indiana or in the Midwest, as well as large trips like Egypt. If she were talking right now, she would tell you this was probably her favorite trip ever. Dr. Radford has a lot of knowledge to share about her travels, and that students really enjoy hearing that from her. You see a picture of myself and my family. I am both a little boy mom and a dog mom, and we are outdoors people. So this sunshine right now, we're loving it. I have a picture of Dr. Klein right here. So I showed you a picture of our 4 grade level administrators. They were in their football gear, their Raymond Park football gear. We also have Dr. Klein. Dr. Klein is our building principal. Very much like your elementary building principal, you will see him in the hallway, in the classroom, in the cafeteria. Parents, you guys will still get those phone calls from him sharing information. And in the morning, students, he makes announcements to give us an idea of what to expect for the day. So you will be hearing from him that way too. Lockers. It's usually a new thing for students, but students will have lockers in 5th grade. So upstairs, right outside those 5th grade classrooms, are your 5th grade lockers. Most students who come to Raymond Park or any 5th grade class with a locker have never used a lock before. Don't worry. We give you the locks. We give you that cheat sheet you're looking at right there where the arrows tell you which way to turn it, and we give you plenty of time to practice using that lock. Students will have locker buddies. There are 2 students assigned to every 1 locker. And like I said, those lockers are right outside their 5th grade classrooms, so they won't be traveling far to go to them. All right, will you still have specials? Yes, yes, you will still have specials, and the same 4 specials that you're used to having right now: art, music, PE, and STEM. This picture you're looking at right here is our Ranger Field House. Sporting activities like volleyball and basketball happen here, as well as our core celebration. Yes, there is still core at Raymond Park, and you will hear all about that from myself, Dr. Radford, and your teachers. All right, sports and clubs. As you move to a bigger school, you will have more and more opportunities. So right here we have our sports listed out by season of what's available to 5th grade, and you can kind of see some pictures from the past of students enjoying themselves. I would really encourage everyone to find their sport, their club, something that you're interested in and passionate about that helps you find your niche and make Raymond Park feel like home. Uh, During announcements, either announcements from Dr. Klein that are coming out, Dr. Radford makes announcements during lunch, and you'll also see posters posted up in the building. We really try to push out that information so that students know if an art club is opening up or if there's an opportunity with a sport. We want you to be able to be involved and feel at home. All right, so this is probably the point where students have not seen this slide yet and parents are wanting to pay attention because there will be a big change with the grading system. And this isn't a big change for Raymond Park. It's that when students leave 4th grade and come to 5th grade, they are leaving the MP and N system and they are coming to a traditional grading scale. With the MPs and Ns, it could be that maybe students originally struggled with multiplying, and so they received several N's, and then they got the hang of it, and they ended up getting an M because at the end they had mastered that skill. When we talk about averaging grades, if a student were to get a 50%, a 70%, an 80%, and then 100, well, when you average all of those, that 50% um, is going to significantly impact that grade, unlike how an N may not impact the end grade that a student receives. I will say with kiddos, one of the first things I plan on talking to them about at the start of the school year as their school counselor is understanding their grades and seeing how averages work and how different things can impact their grades because it's a pretty big change. All right, gathering information. Now, most people, when they think of the month of May in Indianapolis, they think of the Indianapolis 500. However, for the month of May, Dr. Radford and myself spent a lot of time gathering information and getting to know 4th grade students that are going to come to us as 5th graders. So teachers have provided us information about students' strengths and needs. We want to know if that elementary school or that teacher was having great success because they were able to provide this support. Well, of course, that information is really important to us for us to hear too. Our fifth grade teachers will work very hard in getting to know students and building relationships and really making things feel like home. And sometimes having advice from their previous teacher can really help that transition go smoothly. We've also met, Dr. Radford and myself have met with administrators and counselors from all of the elementary schools to collaborate and plan for students as they start at Raymond Park. We've also been attending IEP meetings and we're transferring over those 504s. So please know that we've spent a good amount of time preparing for students so that we're setting them up for success right away. All right, the COVID-19 superintendent updates. Right here I have information from the June 3rd update that went out, and I would really encourage you to continue checking your voicemail, checking your email as those updates come out and as information is shared. I know that I continue to be very informed about decisions Warren Township is making via the superintendent update. If your information is not accurate at the school or you're not receiving emails or phone calls, make sure that you're contacting us so that we can keep you informed. Some things I thought that were important to mention from the June 3rd update is that information will automatically transfer. So if you are at Liberty Park, Lowell, or Hawthorne, that information is automatically going to go to Raymond Park for your now fifth grade kiddo. If you know families who are switching or are new to Warren, then please encourage them to visit our website, or they can look at that, see where it says on site Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it gives specific locations. If you want to go ahead and snap a picture of this with your phone, feel free to do so so you have that information. There's also an e-learning hotline. When you call the hotline, you will get a person to speak to if you have questions or you feel like you're unable to find information. Um, so we just are doing our best to keep you informed as decisions are made and information is shared. And the last slide I have for you is that I am sending you guys those virtual hugs. I really can't wait to get to know all these new fifth graders and families too. Those relationships are so important to me, and we are ready to start this exciting new adventure together. So get pumped because I am so excited to be seeing you guys at the end of July. You have a wonderful summer break. Enjoy your families and stay well. Bye.